Hi, everyone. Thanks again for joining us for another episode of the Daily BizLink as we kick off 2021 with guest speaker Stacie Mallen. Today, we will be talking about the importance of rituals. So Stacie, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks, Lindsay. Last week we talked about commitment, you and I entering into our relationship commitments of 2021. And if one more person asks either one of us, I think when we're actually getting married. So we don't know the answer to that question, stop asking us. But we are committed to our significant others and our goals. And one thing is creating rituals. And this has come up a lot this week as I've talked to people because, of course, COVID is still going. Kids are back at home in some cases. And now we have like the extra secret sauce of, I'm not trying to minimize the potential overthrow of the government or whatever's happening, but it's just more chaos. And so, and talking to some experts on what are the things that help people ground into committing to their goals, it's creating rituals. And one thing I wanted to recommend today that I've instituted into my life, and then I've really encouraged everybody that I coach to implement into their life, is finding opening and closing ceremonies in your day. And sleep, I think we can all agree, is incredibly important to your well-being, and also something that we all can be very evasive for everyone to sort of get enough and enough quality of sleep. And so opening and closing ceremonies can be really important to that, in that the closing ceremony really sets you up for the best opportunity to get the great sleep. And then opening ceremonies, like how do you launch into your day to be the most effective? And those ceremonies are different for everyone, but there are some simple things I think on closing ceremonies to integrate and to think about. One is taking some space and taking time to really take a deep breath. And that can be taking a bath, that can be taking deep breaths and meditation. That can look a lot of different ways. And I would say if you're a parent or if you have a significant other, doing that closing ritual either with your kids as they're going into bedtime, I think can be very grounding and very connecting for everyone. Doing it with your significant other, and whether you have a wind down of having a conversation, doing something like taking a bath or a hot shower, whatever that is, taking some deep breaths together. And it seems so simple, but if you look at the neuropsychology of taking those deep breaths and taking that space, we've all been told get away from the blue light. That is not new information, right? Which we should right before bed, but this is the extra layer and the extra step to take. And I think for me, finding that connection right before I lay my pillow on my head instead of scrolling through social media and all of the insanity is a better opportunity to have the best chance at getting great sleep. Some other rituals that you can integrate is eating some healthy fat right before you go to sleep. That can help you actually dive deeper into a deep sleep, for example, and just maybe taking a walk, getting some space and some air. So some people that I coach have found taking a quick 5-minute, maybe they take their dog around for a lap, because everybody needs a little bit more movement, but it's just the space and the outdoorsiness of that. And then from an opening ritual, I'm a big, huge, massive fan of having a morning ritual that really works to get your mindset. And so again, that's different for everybody. Sometimes people want to lay in bed for a period of time and digest things. Some people want to hop right out of bed. Mel Robbins, the 5-second rule, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, like get up. But it's different for everyone. But I think the point is having something identified as the thing you do that is the foundation for your day every night and every morning. And the more that I talk about this and the more we talk about this on the podcast and the more we have people try this, it just seems to resonate for everyone. And then you get to a point where when you don't do it, you feel like a piece is missing. So is there anything that you do like every morning or every night?
Yeah, I mean, actually, rituals are something that I am a huge supporter and believer in. And so I actually encourage a lot of my team members that are, kind of struggling with time and energy management to take a hard look at. So, Yeah, I mean, looking at my morning, my lunchtime, my nighttime routines, I do it on a personal level, but we also do it with the kids and with my spouse. It creates predictability and it removes some of that chaos and that stress from the situation. And I'm so much more effective and efficient because I'm not sitting there thinking, okay, well, what should I do next because I have this much time? I already know what that game plan looks like. So, it looks a little bit different for everybody, but my morning routine, how I wake up, I always go and start with my cup of coffee because that is the one thing that I look forward to. I'm excited about. You have to start with those 10 moments. So starting with coffee, then taking care of everybody else. You have to put on the oxygen mask first. That's been one thing that's worked really well for me. And I have a routine that I have in place from 6:30 a.m. until 7:30 a.m. And then after that is when I need to be ready to rock for work and get things rolling. So take a hard look. I mean, it could be even really small little tasks such as getting the kids toothpaste ready with their toothbrushes and having their PJs laid out and doing the same for yourself, like having your outfit picked out in the morning. Maybe that will save you a couple extra minutes of chaos before you start your workday. So think long and clear. You are the only one that has the answers for it. There's no, perfect formula for everybody, but I think it's something worth investing the time and the energy to take a hard look at.
Yeah, one tip that we gave, I think it was last year, but I started doing this and I thought, man, like it was a game changer, like such a simple thing. But your alarm in the morning, find a song that is like your get up anthem. And it seems like such a silly thing, right? But I'm such a music lover, being a dance instructor for a lot of my life. And so this Andra Day song, Rise Up, for me, like that's my new alarm. And so take off the whatever Apple default and put something as your motivating anthem for the day. And I think to start your day with the mindset of I chose this is my mindset for the day. It is a shift. It's funny, right? Like something so simple. And then I found if I don't, my workout isn't necessarily my spin workout, but I jump on my spin bike every morning. It gets my brain going, and then I start drinking water, which is a habit, that for me is really important to feel good. And here's the bridge I would say is we drop our podcast every Wednesday, and the next two we're talking about pitfalls, and so planning for pitfalls. So if you want to know more about what are the 6 most common pitfalls, how do you plan for those pitfalls and getting for your goals, that's something we're talking about in the next couple of weeks on Optimized. And I think that it's important to plan for those things because I actually don't have a spin bike when I travel. I wish I could. I could like pack it up in my suitcase. I would probably. So I always have a contingency plan when I'm traveling. Like I find something else that gives me that same feeling. So I think it's setting those rituals, but maybe I take a bath every night. There's no bathtub at the hotel. Like what am I going to do to still create that closing ceremony because I think it's so important. So yeah, thanks for sharing yours. I think it's very well documented that highly effective, efficient, successful people do these rituals. It's very, very common.
Yeah. And if you are looking for more information, there are so many books and so many great articles on this specific topic. So just start Googling, you'll find everything that you need. So
Absolutely.
Stacie, appreciate you sharing some more insight on this specific and very important topic.
Thank you.